Just a forewarning, this video is going to be very scattered. I'm like 2 weeks behind editing video right now. Gotten super busy around here, and I'm trying to get this video out. Changing oil. Got the plug back in. I've been asked if I'm an over tightener or an under tightener. I'm definitely an over tightener, and it gets me in trouble. That's why I'm about to stick a screwdriver through that oil filter, because whoever the last idiot is, me, that put that thing on there, got it extremely tight. What could these be for? I wonder. There's an ugly orange toolbox on this tractor that does not match the rest of the tractor whatsoever. It came off a case 1370. Gonna fix that real quick and make it match. Drives me nuts. I picked this thing up at the farm show this year. It is the handiest little thing ever for sweeping out pickups, tractor cabs, stuff like that. You throw it anywhere, take the hose off, and it's super tiny. And all my other tools are already Milwaukee, so I've got plenty of batteries. It works out perfect. Handy little thing. I'm gonna give the truck a little detail. Would you just look at that? Not one 10mm socket, but two 10mm sockets. Don't see that every day. The mud on these wheels flakes off just about as easy as paint flakes off Case IH rims. Anybody who's had newer Case IH equipment knows exactly what I'm talking about. For some reason, their paint does not stay stuck to the rims. Well, that'll do for a quick little spit shine. Put a little bit of water in this thing and try it out. All right, got about 100 gallon of water in here. Unfold it real quick and see how it sprays, see if the monitors are working right. Not gonna get too carried away, just trying some things out tonight. 60-foot wide, 1,000-gallon tank. It's not a massive sprayer, but it'll do just fine for what we're spraying. Well, as you can see, it's now dark, but the sprayer is running. It took some screwing around, wiring, and a whole lot of combinations of hooking up hydraulic hoses, but every one of them is spraying. There's a couple that need work, like that one, which doesn't even have a nozzle on it, but other than that, everything's good. These are probably in need of some gaskets, but that's fine because we're going to replace every one of these nozzles before we go to the field anyhow, so not a big deal. Playing in the rain today. The good news is I figured out what's wrong with my monitors. The bad news is the board is shorting out on one of them, and that whole setup is pretty much obsolete. So not only am I getting just that monitor, but I've got to get the entire new system, and that's $3 grand. Well, good afternoon. The sun's out and my yard is tall. It's muddy, but it's tall. So I'm gonna do something that I've never done before this year. I am going to mow. This is one mean machine. Somebody asked how many tractors are on the farm. Sometimes I say 5 and sometimes I say 4 in an oversized lawnmower, because that's about the only thing that this does. It does that and a whole lot of odd and end jobs, but let it warm up here. It does not like starting cold when the glow plugs have not warmed up. Oh yeah. No government juice on this little one. Well, that's a any lower. I got it. I just had to put my jack underneath it. By jack, I mean this jack. On second thought, it's probably too wet to be mowing. I think I'm gonna hold off today. That is the most handy little hitch ever. I move so many implements with this thing just because it's tiny and it's easy to pick up and move around. Well, it looks like I'm washing dogs this afternoon. Got to get a little lubed up. I am going to try to do a little bit of mowing, just on the high stuff. I may get hung up. Most farmers will know that there is nothing like the smell of rotten soybeans. And it's not a good smell. Trying to get some of this tile unplugged. I busted the levee with a bucket. I'm gonna pump it down, and the backhoe's still out of commission, so just gonna have to hand dig once I get this drained and try and figure out what I got going on here to plug these. Got 2 of them plugged, and the tile line's washed out too. So I'm gonna bring box blade down here and carry a bunch of dirt. I really just need to rent a dozer and come in here and pack that and start a grass waterway would be the best thing to do, but I'd say it's going to take a couple years to get this established and back how it needs to be. Someone really needs driving lessons. She just about backed my truck right into that to get turned around. And I don't have a chain, so that would have been fun. I went and ate supper, but that started to drain down quite a bit. It's probably gone down a couple feet since I cut it, so getting somewhere, but still need to take quite a bit of dirt out. So I'm gonna keep busting this levee and try and get the water down a little more, and then hopefully get dug down on this tomorrow. I'm gonna throw in a trash pump and pump the rest of it out and dig down with a shovel. But I've decided after looking at this field that hopefully if I get the crop out of here fairly early this fall, then I would like to come in here either with a dozer or box blade or something, a big box blade like a 12-footer, dirt pan something, and recut a bunch of these terraces and just pile some dirt up. And there's a lot of ditches that need filled in and waterways that need to get started up here. So this field's 118 acres and there's not one flat spot to it, so it definitely needs some work, but it can be done. I'm gonna attempt to get that cut right there, get more water out of here without getting stuck. It is going to be a little bit interesting doing this. See if I get hung up or not here. I think I need to go to the other side of this and go from that angle. Well, that's all she wrote for tonight. I left the pump up there overnight, so come back in the morning with some extra gas and plenty of shovels and muck boots and go from there. So should be a good time. Pretty sure my muck boots have a hole in them right now, so that'll make it even more fun. Another day, another dollar. There were a few complications getting out here this morning, but you can see where this is all rutted up. We did combine some of it against our better judgment last year, but I'm gonna try and walk out here. I think that tile is right in here somewhere. Where it's at, I do not know. I'm gonna put my phone away for this because if I fall, I'd rather not buy a new phone. pumping her down. Probably gonna be here a little bit. There's still a good amount of water in here, but at least I didn't have to take out a whole lot of this terrace. It's really the more dirt that I move off of this, the easier it's gonna be for it to just blow again someday if it gets too much water. So didn't want to move a whole lot of dirt, but I had to move some. But slowly but surely, getting the water to go down. I just washed that thing. I need a farm truck. Really need to get rid of this one and just get a beater, because I feel bad abusing this thing all the time. Pumping on number 2. I measured that and stuck a shovel down. It's over 6 foot deep right now. So I'm gonna go get some gas, and it's starting to rain again. So I'm gonna go get gas and then come back here. Still pumping. Got this thing coming down a little bit. I left for about a half hour, just came back to put some more gas in. In a half hour I was gone. I set that stake where it was flush to the top of the water, and that's all it sucked down in a half hour. So it has gotten most of the water out here down. So on the bright side, all this water is draining in this one fairly well. There's not much left of this terrace. There's definitely, all the topsoil's come off that hill for years. I think it's been 20-30 years is what I was told last time that these were built up whatsoever. So need to come in here and just take all this dirt and drag it up and build those levees back up, and hopefully keep washouts from starting, keep them minimal, and then start no-tilling the heck out of this ground every single year. It's been worked and worked and worked and worked, and the days of that are pretty much over now. So hopefully gonna get a good cover crop established on some of this next fall. I don't know, we'll see how that is. I always have good intentions of doing that, and then well, fall hits and you get in a time crunch and it just doesn't get done. So hopefully it does, but at least no-tilling this and, you know, fixing some of these dry dams and terraces, that'll help with this washing quite a bit. There's another big sack of eggs right there. There they are after they hatch. Kind of neat to see, but hopefully they don't make it, because this is going to be drained. There's a frog sticking its head up and down. But there's a bunch of frogs out here. While I'm waiting on that to pump, I thought I'd run up the road here and check on these beans. And they are coming through. Every stinking one of them has its head poking up through the dirt. So these are gonna grow after all. You can see a lot of them are just barely coming through the ground, but it's supposed to stay in the 70s the next few days, so I'd say the majority of them should be through. So yeah, these March 8th beans might actually do something. It appears as if I'm being watched. Boss man's here. He's watching me. You know, earlier when I was walking around right here, the water was only about a foot deep. I'm glad I didn't step any further, because I would have gone for a little bit of a swim. It's about 6 foot deep and counting, and I've got a shovel that's totally buried in the middle right there, and I can't see the handle, so at least another 3-4 foot to go, at least. So this has been sucking clear down from the main. So it's Saturday night. It's nice outside, getting ready to storm, but just closed the shop up. Probably gonna go inside, take it easy, finish editing this video and get it uploaded, and go from there. So hope you guys enjoy the video. Promise these will pick up shortly. Eventually it's gonna warm up and dry up where really get running. But until then, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Really getting a lot of good feedback on these videos lately. Really appreciate that. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for the next one.